Hey, guess what console I've just bought? Or not just recently, it was a few weeks ago. I bought myself an Xbox One, about a week after E3. Now, we all know that Sony and Microsoft had some really stellar E3 press conferences. Most people seem to just slightly prefer the Sony E3 press conference, due to a few little announcements, little, Final Fantasy, Shenmue 3, Last Guardian thing. But I want to explain to you why the Microsoft press conference made me want to buy an Xbox One and not a PlayStation 4. Now, I know PlayStation 4 is the top dog right now. I know a lot of people are hyped to no end about games coming for the PlayStation 4, such as, well, just mentioned Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Shenmue 3, and maybe things like Horizon, which I think looks freaking fantastic. I don't know why no one is talking about Horizon. That looks like a fantastic game from Guerrilla Games, who have made Killzone. Not that I've ever been much into Killzone, but this new Horizon game does look fantastic. And Uncharted 4 is definitely the game I'll probably want to buy PlayStation 4 to play next year. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe buying a PlayStation 4 next year. But that's all next year, or maybe in 2 years or 3 years. Or there's nothing coming to the PlayStation 4 in the immediate future. That's the simple answer. That's why I got myself an Xbox One. I know it's not top dog at this point, but I mean, I just want to ask you back. If you're asking me why the fuck did you get an Xbox One, I want to ask back. Why would I buy a PlayStation 4? Why? I mean, it's got some great stuff coming, but isn't it better to just wait and see if those games are good or not? And should you really bet your bottom dollar that a game like No Man's Sky is going to be a big hit? I'm excited for No Man's Sky, but I can't place my money on that being a great game because it's an indie game. It's such an ambitious game. I can't place my money on that being fantastic. Most likely it won't be that great. It's a miracle if it is, because miracles do happen. Like Minecraft, a little indie game turned out to be the greatest thing in the world to some people. Now, with Xbox One, we got stuff coming in the immediate future. Halo 5, The Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is a sequel to a fantastic reboot of Tomb Raider from 2013. Not a lot of people played it. I don't know why, but that's a fantastic game, and I cannot wait for the sequel. Now, I know it's probably going to be a timed exclusive, but hey, that stuff coming this fall. I want to play stuff now, this fall. Now, stuff coming in the far future is important too. They did show a lot of stuff there as well. There's, I don't know, Crackdown, Scalebound stuff they're going to show off at Gamescom. So there's more stuff coming that Microsoft didn't even show at E3 2015 because they want to also cater a bit to the European market because they kind of have a pretty decent foothold in the American market. Still, even there, Sony is dominating, and I don't really get why. If you did buy a PlayStation 4 at launch, I totally get it. It was the cheapest system at the time, and it kind of had everything going for it. But now Xbox One's changed. It's no longer bundled with the Kinect. It's cheaper than the PlayStation 4. It's got a little more exclusives, at least in my opinion. I've been enjoying, Sunset Overdrive, which is a really cool Xbox One exclusive. So there's that. Now, the immediate reason why I did buy an Xbox One right after E3 was really because of Batman Arkham Knight. I did download it for my PC. It didn't run really well, so I went to the store. I went to GameStop and basically asked, hey, I want a console I can play Batman Arkham Knight on. Which one should I get? The girl behind the counter was mostly an Xbox person, so she kind of recommended the Xbox One in a way. Now that could have influenced me. I asked, okay, are there any games coming to the PlayStation 4 this fall that I should get? And really, as far as she knew, there really wasn't anything. And Xbox One is just getting most of the stuff this fall. So I thought, why not get an Xbox One now and then consider maybe getting a PlayStation 4 next year at some point? Because I do consider getting it because there's a lot of stuff coming to that one. It's just we don't know. We don't know what those games are going to be, if they're going to be any good, because they're so far away. They're so far into the future. Xbox One has stuff coming now. So I ended up buying Xbox One. It was a bit cheaper. There was a bundle for the PlayStation 4 version, but I figured buying an Xbox One separately and the game separately ended up being cheaper. So that's basically it. There's really nothing more I want to say. I have an Xbox One now. At first, when I hooked up my Xbox One, started playing it, I felt maybe I did get the inferior system, because clearly it's not top dog, it's not the most popular thing, but I feel that it is going to gain momentum in the near future. But who the hell knows? I don't wanna go out and be a Xbox One fanboy. I think during the last generation, PlayStation 3 ended up having the best exclusive lineup, even though the 360 had the lead in the beginning. It could be the opposite way this time around. It could be Xbox One ends up on top. I doubt that it will sell more than PlayStation 4 during its lifetime. That's absolutely not going to happen. But I think the bias against Xbox One should stop at this point, because the Xbox One really does not have any of the problems that it originally had when it was announced. I did not like the Xbox One when it was announced or when it came out. I did not like that it was bundled with the Kinect. I did not like the online DRM. Everything is fixed now. What more is there to complain about? I guess there is some stuff, and I think it's great that people stood up, said what they wanted, and bought a PlayStation 4 instead. I think if all the loyal Xbox guys did buy an Xbox One when it came out, Microsoft probably wouldn't have fixed anything. They would have still had the Kinect. It would probably have those online DRM things and all that stuff. So overall, Xbox One's bad sales have actually helped it. That's something you should think about. And now that they've changed this stuff, I think in a weird way, the Xbox One might deserve to be paid attention to. At least take a look at the exclusive games. It's got a great lineup for this fall. And if you're going to get a console at some point this fall, I think you should consider getting an Xbox One. If you want a PlayStation 4 due to hype, I totally understand that. I totally understand that you're hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake and Shenmue 3, which I'm not even sure if they're going to be exclusive. But like I said, wait and see. Well, this has been Adrian Marty. If you didn't like this video, then don't you dare subscribe. And otherwise, have a good one.